So how do you make a beautiful fall wreath from scratch? I started with actually a grapevine wreath that I had from my summer wreath. And I just took off the flowers that I had on that one. And I bought some burlap ribbon, very cheap at Hobby Lobby, and started wrapping just around half of my wreath. So I didn't do the full thing, just wrapping it around half of it, and you'll see why. Once I got it around the half that I wanted, I started using just some regular flower wire that you can get for about $1.99 at any crafting store, and start securing the burlap to my wreath so that way it doesn't come undone. You kind of just tuck it under the grapevine and then twist it around itself to hold it into place, and then twist it. I just did the same thing on any ends that are just kind of sticking up, just using that wire to secure it into place. And I did the same thing with this place that I started at. Just again to hold everything securely to my grapevine wreath. Next, I'm ready to start adding some foliage, and I start with greens really to start to have my base. And what I do is I kind of tuck them into the wreath, into different sections before I start gluing it. I also added some lavender. I actually had this lavender on the summer wreath. So repurposing the lavender, it blends in well and adds a really great base color that's muted, subdued, so it's just kind of that neutral background color to add to the wreath. And for the wreath, I'm doing more of a kind of like a swag combination. So I want the flowers, the foliage to kind of really drape down one side of the wreath, wrap around a little bit, but really have that basically a long tail. So I keep tucking them in until I get the amount that I want of just kind of that background, like I said, neutral kind of color. And when I got it as full as I want, then I can start gluing them into place. As you see, sometimes you just rearrange and rearrange, take a look at it, take a step back, and then start gluing it. And then once I have my, so to speak, tail done, I start with going upwards. And here I start adding a little more of that fall color. I used these really pretty grassy fall foliage that I found at Hobby Lobby and started adding it upwards. And again, I want it to have that dramatic effect of going taller than the wreath actually is. I added more of the lavender to tie it in with the tail that's going down. And I can start just kind of putting things in wherever it makes sense. Or take a step back, take a look at it. I used some really bright colored fall leaves to bring an added pop to everything and really start filling it out and really getting that fall effect. And then I had that white baby's breath that I used in my summer wreath as well. And I used that to really kind of fill it out in an additional neutral color. And I tied that to my wreath with, again, the wire. So again, a multi-purpose, recycling basically flowers that I've already used and just adding fall colors to really spice it up. So that way you continue to use the same things over and over again and not having to buy brand new every single time. And here I started gluing some other leaves that I took off of the stems essentially, and just gluing those into place to kind of cover some of the grapevine between the burlap and the grapevine. And I did the same thing with the bottom. I just really kept adding more of that fall browns and golds and oranges to really fill it out. This time we're just really, you want to just to keep stepping back and taking a look at it and see what needs to go where. And it's really up to your taste of how full you want it to be. In my case, I wanted it to look really full, so I just keep adding more and more leaves to really give that effect. A hot glue gun goes a long way. And if you like this, please subscribe and hit that bell so then you can continue to get my videos how to make these really easy DIY home decor. Here I added, because I wanted a little pumpkin, I thought it was cute, and so I bought a little pumpkin, wrapped it around. It fits really well with the wreath and tying in that grapevine. And then my sunflowers, and I bought a variety of different colors. Some of them I had already on hand, and some of them I bought new. And I just added it. I wanted different sizes, different colors to really add that really effect of just fullness and bright, yet at fall, and voila. And then the finished product is a beautiful fall wreath with upcycled material that I've used throughout the year.